What's up, everybody? It's BBK Dragoon. I hope you're going to enjoy today. All new maps in the Taken King PvP preview event. Patch 2.0 is live. I'm going to talk about my feedback from a full evening of playing a lot of PvP and give you some weapon recommendations. And all the stuff that I talked about earlier was basically true. Our predictions about what the patch was going to do pretty much stuck through, but I want to talk a little bit more in depth about my experience. Understand that for me to give 100% feedback, I'm going to need a few weeks of playing, a couple hundred games on these new settings. But from what I played last night, which was quite a few games, I'll just let you know pulse rifles are the new dominant beings. The Messenger got a bit of a buff with a faster rate of fire. The All Fate is also much better. I believe Messenger and All Fate and a couple other pulse rifles are the best in the game, hands down for PvP. Not best for all maps, mind you, but for mid to long range pulse rifles, faster, just snappier, and they kill quickly. They kill very quickly. You thought the Messenger was a force to be reckoned with before, now it's even more so, which is a good thing. I like pulse rifle PvP a lot. And the big question is Thorn and the Last Word gone? Yes, they are both nerfed into oblivion. I probably ran into a total of 3 Thorns last night out of 20 games, which is great, and they're just not powerful. The dot expunges really fast. You don't have to worry about it. And the Last Word, unless you're up close, just got nerfed all heck. You can't. That gun sucks now. Hand cannons in general, I'm afraid, are pretty much dead in PvP. You might be rocking your Hawkmoon, and that's the exception to the case because Hawkmoon is Hawkmoon, right? But outside of that, hand cannons are just not the dominant things anymore. Pulse rifles are. But get this, auto rifles are actually really good up close, and it's a particular type of auto rifle, and I'll show you clips from one. Bullet hose auto rifles. The medium rate of fire and slow rate of fire auto rifles aren't super powerful in contrast with things like Hardlight, Necrochasm, Dr. Nope. The really high rate of fire bullet hose auto rifles are very effective on the close maps. You can still use Mita multi-tool, it's still a pretty powerful gun. I wouldn't use other scout rifles in PvP, but I would use the Mita still if that's your playstyle. This is Drifter, one of the new maps. I really liked it. We thought it was going to be like Midship, not really like Midship, but when people die, pay attention, there's like no gravity when they die, so their bodies ragdoll through space, which is a really cool thing. This is Dr. Nope. This is the very first legendary I got. This is a bullet hose auto rifle, and it's a very powerful gun up close. It's like Hardlight or Necrochasm. You do notice the damage fall off, so you're not going to be getting people that are far away, and pulse rifles will still win their medium to long range encounters. Oh, by the way, here's a quad in 2.0. Runk. They all just lined up very nicely. It's cool hearing the announcer now go triple, like having your doubles and triples called out is pretty cool. I like the new VO, the voiceover for the multiplayer stuff. Okay, so shotguns. I didn't notice much of a difference, and they were supposed to be getting a little bit of a nerf, like the range perks. I really did not notice a difference. I was still getting one shot from Fellwinter distance that I was getting shot at previously. Matadors, Party Crashers, all that stuff will still be pretty powerful. But something to note is Blink did receive a bit of a nerf, and it might not be apparent to you until you start Blink shotgunning. And that is after you Blink, it takes a little bit longer for your Guardian to ready their weapon. It's not a ton of time, mind you, but it is a little bit more time. And that's nice. I don't know if it's fully there. Blink also has a new visual effect which changes the way you look on the screen. It's easier to track people down. I enjoyed all of the new maps that I've played. I think almost all, if not all of the new maps. I think there's 7 maps for Xbox One people, 8 maps for PS4. And I really liked all of them except for Vertigo, which I'll show some footage of a little bit later. And that's mainly, the only reason I didn't like it is because A, I don't know it. I don't know these maps well yet, and nobody does. It's the DLC syndrome. This is Vertigo, by the way. After a new DLC comes out, new maps, nobody knows where they're going or what they're doing, and so map movement is all screwy. So everybody is like playing weird or cautious or overly aggressive. There's no flow just yet, and so I can't critique the maps unless I've played them enough to know sight lines, regular traffic, that kind of stuff. They're all very pretty, mind you, and I like the difference between some maps have medium and long range sight lines while other ones have pretty close range sight lines. Check this out. We beat them so bad in Mercy, or in Rift, that we got the Mercy thing, where the game actually ended early. Shaxx was like, enough of this! We were so far ahead, which is a new rule if you don't know about. If you're so far ahead, he'll just end the game to spare the other team having to go through that stuff. I don't know if I like this or not. I didn't mind it. It was cool for the other team. For us, it was like, all right, I guess it's over. And they also do break up teams if you're having uneven matches. They're like, okay, we're going to break this up and find you a new group of people. Which, if you're on the winning side, you're not super stoked on. That would have been a great Nova if that connected. But if you're on the losing side, you definitely don't like. I have mixed feelings about Rift, the new game mode. At first I liked it, and then after playing a lot of good teams, I didn't like it as much. Explaining why is pretty clear. There's a spark in the middle, you have to grab it, and then you take it to the enemy team's goal and try and score. If you die with the spark, there's like a 1-minute cooldown before another spark shows up. If you pick up the spark though, which is like holding X, it spawns in the middle of the map, it gives your team 300 points. Scoring when you're versing a good team is very hard, so it turns into basically this stalemate where the whole goal of the match is just to pick up as many sparks as possible and not even really worry about scoring. Like, you try, but scoring is crazy hard unless you have really, really good coordinated teamwork. And I was playing with teams of 2 and teams of 3 last night. Rift is only a game type I'd like to play, I think, if I have a team of 5 or 6, because it's so stinking hard to actually push into the enemy team's goal and score. And all it turns into really is just trying to pick up a spark in the middle of the map over and over again if you're playing good teams. Now, that's only after one day. I'm going to need a lot more time in the game type before I give an opinion. But I think about Ricochet from Halo 4, or I also think about Uplink in Call of Duty, where you can actually pass the objective to a teammate. Can't do that in Rift, and I'm curious if they tried that, because I really liked that factor in those games. I think it'd be fun to be able to throw the spark to somebody else, but that might not work in Destiny, because we have things like Blink and all sorts of stuff. But overall, I'm very pleased with patch 2.0 so far. PvP is a whole lot better. Not everything is fixed. I'm very surprised shotguns are still an issue as they are, and there's some stuff that's going to get annoying. I'm going to tell you right now, Hardlight is definitely going to get annoying on the smaller maps. It's very hard to see through those bullets. So, going out there, try out pulse rifles, pick up an All Fate before Taken King gets here, because All Fates, if you get a nice roll, really ridiculously good. If you've got a Messenger, keep using it. If you've got a Hopscotch Pilgrim, keep using it. Other than that, give some of the bullet hose auto rifles a try on the close to medium ranges. They do really well. I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback for patch 2.0. It's all pretty positive right now. We're going to need a lot more time in this sandbox, but I'm happy to see Thorn's gone, Last Word is gone. PvP feels a lot better. Doesn't feel like vanilla, and it's very quick. It's very quick, but it feels a whole lot better than what it was. Thanks everybody. Have a good day.